Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with Podcast 55. Hey, I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. Remember, if you want your questions asked and answered, please email them to support@bsffacademy.com. Again, that's support@bsffacademy.com. Here we go. Question number 1. I'm looking to do my second sub-2 deal, Hotel. Congratulations, by the way. The property is ready to list. How soon as we close are we going to list it? What is the rule with FHA or Freddie or Fannie Mae loan needing to season for 90 days? Is this going to be a problem with us buying at a discount and then selling at retail in less than 90 days? First of all, we're not going to wait until it closes escrow. We're going to try to get it listed just as soon as possible, and that's after we have it under contract. When we contract with the seller, they relinquish their seller rights to us. We become the buyer on their side and the seller on our side. Therefore, we can list it in most cases in the MLS. So I'm going to list my property in the MLS while I am buying it. I want to, and the reason I want to do this is so I can start eliminating those days on market that we have in all situations. There's always an average days on market, and I want to eliminate those. Now, I know my transactions almost always cash, and in fact, I'm going to put in the agent remarks, subject to interior inspection, so they're not going to show the house. I'm going to put it subject to seller obtaining title, and I'm also going to indicate that seller would like cash offers. Now, in my market, because I'm always marketing under median house prices, and I know I'm going to get owner-occupieds or majority of investor buyers who have cash to put down. So I don't typically have issues with seasoning because I'm selling to cash buyers through the MLS. You may find that out too. Now, as far as your seasoning issues, you'll want to talk to your local lenders who are writing up the loans and underwriting the loans for your borrower and see what their seasoning requirement is for that borrower. Most of the time, seasoning is a condition of the borrower and their credit worthiness. So check with them on that. Question number 2. Does the car you drive matter? I have never thought about this until I pulled up to an appointment in my car. My BMW I normally drive was in the shop. The seller mentioned how another investor had looked at the house recently, but they weren't interested in buying the guy another Mercedes, as he was shown up in a brand new Mercedes. What are your thoughts? Well, I've driven up in a pickup truck, I've driven up in my Hummer, and I've driven up in my Mercedes, and I'm probably going to drive up in my Bentley. Here's what I think. It absolutely shows the seller that you can afford to do what you need to do. So here's the thing. Let's look at it from a relationship standpoint. If you're going to go out with someone, would you want to go out with someone to have a good time in a beat-up pickup truck or beat-up car? Or do you want to go out with someone who can afford a Bentley or a Mercedes or a Hummer or a nice vehicle? Now, I'm going to choose the guy or the gal, well, more in my case, a gal who owns the Bentley. I think she's going to be much more fun and entertaining than if she had an old beat-up car. And besides that, the seller knows when they look at us and they see our professionalism, you know what? He must keep his word. He must actually have the money in the bank that causes him to be able to have a lifestyle and also causes him to be able to buy my house. I want to deal with that kind of person. I tell you what, I don't let roadblocks get in my way. I crush through roadblocks. I don't let anybody's attitude or anything else deter me from doing what I want to do, and that's a professional job and live the lifestyle that I want to live. And so should you. Question number 3. Should I find a local attorney and title company prior to beginning my real estate investment career, or is that something that can be done along the way? Yes, both of those. Both of those are great answers. So yes, should you find a local title company and attorney prior to beginning your real estate career? Yes. Can you do it along the way? Yes. And in fact, in my coaching program, that's one of the first things we do is we find the people that we're going to carry out business with, our closing companies, our closing attorneys, our title companies, our escrow companies. It's a real simple, fast process. It's not like, we're having to build this long-term relationship that takes forever to manifest. It goes really fast. It's not that big of a deal. Here's what you do if you want to find a really good closing company. You call the closing company, ask for the sales manager, ask that sales manager to refer you to the sales rep. Ask that sales rep to refer you to customer service so you can get online property profiles and such, and also refer you to several escrow officers that are investor friendly. There's a series of questions you want to ask those escrow officers about sub 2, about short sales, about contract for deed, all that kind of good stuff. And then also ask that customer service rep to refer you to 5 or 10 powerhouse real estate agents who do business with real estate investors and understand them. And my goodness, you're going to be on your way. This process does not take long. It just takes effort on your part.
Thanks for listening to Buy, Sell, Fix, Flip. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through Yellow Letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 4. When wholesaling a deal, is it better to find an investor-friendly listing agent to work with and list the property, or try to work with a buyer's agent and offer buyers both sides of the commission? Well, let's face it, a guerrilla real estate listing agent is much more powerful than a guerrilla buyer's agent. In fact, most listing agents have teams of buyer's agents. So you want to find that guerrilla real estate listing agent. It'll be a guy or a gal. You know who they are. They're advertising. They're the middle of the magazines. They're the front cover of the magazines. They're the inside 2 pages of the magazines. Man, they're all over the place. They're top of mind. They're everywhere. You want to find that person. But again, you can find that person really easy by calling your title closing company and asking for that sales rep and asking that sales rep who they are. But absolutely get a listing agent. That listing agent's going to double in. That's their business. They understand that. They can afford you. And when I mean afford you, you're going to be expensive in the beginning to a real estate professional, someone that knows their job, because they're going to keep you in rein. They're not going to let you overlist properties. They're not going to let you do silly stuff. They're going to make sure you do everything correctly, but they're also going to reward you. Things like allow you to co-advertise with them. Things like when they find a deal that's really crappy and they can't put it on the MLS, they're going to refer it to you. So yes, find that guerrilla listing agent. Question number 5. What is the cutoff for marketing in terms of total assessed value for properties? 0, $1. Just because the assessor's office thinks it's worth $1, that doesn't mean that's what it's worth. I have bought many properties that the assessor did not assess or has not assessed for years because the property didn't trade hands. So if the property's not changing ownership, the assessor's not going to reassess. So don't worry about, man, if I have like a $10,000 assessed property, that maybe I can't make any money on that because they say it's only worth $10,000. Well, it was worth $10,000 in 1952. Today's different. Don't worry about that stuff. Man, if you get the opportunity to buy a property for $1 and the median in that zip code's $100,000, go buy that property for $1. If you need a loan, you call Uncle Mike. I'll make you a dollar loan. In fact, I won't even give you the loan. You just give me the address of the property. I'll give you a finder's fee. Boy, these are great questions. Keep them coming, guys. I just love answering these questions. And remember, send them to support@bsffacademy.com. That's support@bsffacademy.com. Now, I got this huge favor. I've asked you guys this once before, and you guys did a spectacular job. I mean, it was overwhelming what kind of a job you did for me. But I need it again. I need a few more of you to go onto iTunes, listen to what I've got up there, and give me some ratings. Man, I like 5 stars, and I don't have enough 5 stars, and I like written ratings. I don't have enough of them. I want more. I know, selfish of me to ask, but if you guys like the program, you want it to continue going, man, it works both ways. I need some help from you guys. Some 5-star ratings and some write-ups. Thanks so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.